The town of Harmony Ridge wasn't always silent. It used to buzz with life, a friendly little spot nestled among the rolling hills. Now an unsettling quiet filled the air, especially as Halloween crept closer. The townsfolk hardly spoke about the past, haunted by a shared secret. The once vibrant laughter of children had been replaced by an uneasy silence, the joyful echoes now a distant memory. Harmony Ridge had become a ghost town in its own right. It was as if the life had been sucked out of it, leaving only whispers of what once was. The townsfolk, those who remained, wore weary smiles and avoided eye contact. Their eyes, reflecting the overcast sky, held a story they dared not tell. The source of their fear? An abandoned radio station perched on a hill overlooking the town, Warped Ridge they called it. It stood as a stark reminder of the night Harmony Ridge fell silent, the night their laughter died. The radio station had once been the beating heart of their little community, a source of music and news, its signal reaching every corner of their lives. But that was before the silence, before Bill Randall. Now, the only sound that emanated from WR was static, a constant, unnerving hiss that seemed to seep into the very soul of Harmony Ridge. Bill Randall, the charismatic voice of WRR, was a local legend. His smooth baritone could soothe the most troubled soul. His nightly broadcasts a comforting presence in every home. He was more than just a radio host, he was their friend, their confidant, until that fateful Halloween night. The night started like any other. Bill was in high spirits, his laughter echoing from the speakers as he spun his favourite spooky tunes for the Halloween party at the town hall. He joked with his listeners, his enthusiasm contagious as ever. But as the clock ticked closer to midnight, a subtle shift occurred. Bill's usual jovial tone took on a sombre edge. His voice, once a comforting beacon, wavered, tinged with a fear that sent chills down the spines of his listeners. He spoke of shadows lurking at the edge of his vision, of whispers that sent shivers down his spine. His words became increasingly disjointed, his usual smooth delivery replaced by frantic gasps and pleas for help. Then, silence. The music stopped. The only sound that remained was the unnerving hiss of static. It was a silence that screamed louder than any scream, a silence that swallowed the town whole. The phones at the station rang off the hook. Worried townsfolk rushed to the station, their faces etched with concern, but when they arrived, they were met with an eerie sight. The door was wide open, the broadcast room empty. The only sign of Bill Randall was his headphones lying on the floor, still warm from his touch. Searches were conducted, investigations launched, but no trace of Bill was ever found. He had vanished into thin air, leaving behind a mystery that haunted the town like a restless spirit. His disappearance became the folklore of Harmony Ridge, a cautionary tale whispered from generation to generation. Years passed, but the memory of Bill's last broadcast lingered. The townsfolk avoided the radio station, their fear cemented by the persistent static that continued to emanate from its speakers every Halloween at midnight. It was as though Bill's voice was trapped within the very walls of WRR, unable to escape, doomed to repeat his final, terrifying moments for all eternity. The radio station stood as a monument to their collective fear, a constant reminder of the night their laughter died. This Halloween, a group of teenagers, fueled by teenage bravado and a thirst for adventure, decided to explore the abandoned radio station. They were the children of Harmony Ridge, raised on the tales of Bill Randall and his mysterious disappearance. But unlike their parents, they didn't believe the whispers, they craved the truth. The group consisted of Jake, the skeptical leader, Emily, the voice of reason, Ryan, the class clown, and Chloe, the timid one. They were drawn to the station like moths to a flame, their curiosity overriding their fear. As they approached the dilapidated building, a cold wind whipped around them, carrying the scent of decay and the faintest hint of ozone. The old station loomed before them, its silhouette a jagged scar against the twilight sky. The windows, like vacant eyes, stared back at them, daring them to enter.